Hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX. I think we should start on the larger time frame. On the AVAX chart, we can see that the price started to rally in August, after reacting to this, let's say cycle support, because this is the support for this particular cycle. Any break below $13.28 would have made a more bearish scenario and would still make at this stage, right, a more bearish scenario more likely. The price has reacted to this important support level. What I don't like about the decline is that it can be interpreted as a 5-wave move down. So just please be aware of it. But there are ways how this can be solved, like with an A, B, C, for example. But I can tell you it is not clearly a 5-wave move up, and it is possibly a 5-wave move down. It is not a high quality chart. Mentioned that many times. This move up is also not a 5-wave move into the 2021 highs. So it's just that, like with all altcoins, but particularly with the ones that rallied only in corrective structures or that have provided ambiguous structures from the 2023 low. I mean, it's just that caution is warranted, right? It's very important not to take things for granted here and to watch these charts on a daily basis like a hawk, especially if you're invested or if you wanna invest, or trade. I always say they are not investments, they are for swing trading, and if they break, then you have to get out because they are just too fragile. These charts, they are just too fragile. Interpretation is still potentially bullish, especially as long as the November low is holding. I mean, from a macro point of view, it's the November low that's crucial for me. Any break below it would send it down, right? It would send it down and most likely lead to invalidation, because if we now break that, it becomes very likely that it is going to go down in a larger correction, possibly a third wave, sooner than anticipated. At the moment, I'm watching this chart. Short-term bullish. I see it as short-term bullish, and then as soon as we fill in all these 5 waves to the upside, I will get extremely cautious. You always have to be cautious with altcoins anyway, but once we get these 5 waves filled and we reach the area around the 100% extension or 78.6 retracement, like the $94 to $103 region, be careful, right? But at the moment, I'm watching for higher prices. There are support levels on the smaller time frame that can guide us, because here on the smaller time frame chart, we are dealing with with the pattern that you've seen on the larger time frame, but we have a micro support. In the last video I shared with you, we could get one more high in this third wave, which is this third wave, which has now fulfilled minimum expectations. But to be honest, ideally it would stretch higher. Ideally it would find a way to stretch higher somehow. But I see, for example, the wave 1 as an ABC structure, the wave 2 anyway. Then the third wave also ABC, and it reached the 138% extension at $48. That's the first ideal target for this internal third wave. So it is possible this is now done, and then we can get a wave 4 and one more high in wave 5. But ideally, because this wave 5 would be quite far away, so ideally to really get to that $94 to $103 region, the third wave needs to extend a little more. That would be ideal. Next upside levels are $55, $60, $68 even, if the price can find a way to extend. The easiest way to extend would just be from here to directly push higher. Last video, as I said, I mentioned we want to get to that 138% extension around $48. You see it did that. It reacted to that, communicated micro support, pushed higher, formed one more high. But is this it? Now, if we now break below the previous low that formed here at $38, I think that AVAX is going to follow many other cryptos now in a larger fourth wave that could take a while. And then we have support between, $35.70 and $29.88, which means if that upper, it's quite simple. As long as we're holding the upper support, I would see everything as an extension in the third wave. Once we break below upper support here at $38.14, I see as still potentially bullish, would be more cautious, and then $29.88 is going to be key support. I mean, there isn't really anything clearly bullish below $29.88 at this stage. There are always other ways. I mean, this is, again, bear in mind, we're dealing not with impulsive price action to the upside. There are multiple interpretations here that can apply. That is, for example, different to the SUI chart, which is fairly clear, where both counts are bullish that we're dealing with at the moment, and very clear levels that help us distinguish bullish from bearish. That is not so clear here. That is not so clear when we're dealing with a diagonal pattern. That's the update about AVAX. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.